again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Franky Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Franky Rose.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Think Tank. I am so excited for you, Dandy. I've been thinking of you since last night. I honestly have. Oh, that is awesome. That is so awesome. I know that feeling. Not the same amount of time, but oh my God, I definitely know that feeling. I'm happy for you, friend. So we're going to be going through the newest Stefan Stern interviews. I'll probably do Jen in a separate stream. There's a little bit of time in each of them, so I don't want to do one great big long stream and lose interest on the information that we're getting. So we're going to start off. We'll take a look at Maddie here because this is truly who it's all about. And we're going to jump right in, guys. Might have to crank it up. Can you hear everything okay, guys?
And they noticed that there was like a lot of messages between you and can you explain to me what your relationship is between?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dandy.
Mostly things like when you're going to call us, when you're going to come up here and visit, hey, poopy head, get online, things like that.
Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Your phone. I told you that I was gonna hold on to it, and that we would like to download your phone, right?
Okay.
Is this something that I have your consent to do, or do I need to get a search warrant for your phone?
It should be fine.
You're okay with us going through your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have the PIN to your phone?
42586.
Four two five eight six. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. And then, okay, so when you guys FaceTime, what do you guys talk about?
Yeah, Stefan.
There too. We're just chatting.
Okay. I noticed that at some of the times that you guys are FaceTiming, it's like really late. Is it normal for her to be in bed late?
Yeah.
Okay.
And her bedtime's usually around 10:30, 11 o'clock. I talk to them both before bedtime when I'm not here.
Okay.
10:30 is supposed to be her bedtime, but she gets to push it sometimes.
Okay. When you guys are FaceTiming. Okay.
Some phone to FaceTime with her, sometimes FaceTiming them both together on one of the phones.
Okay. And then you said that yesterday you accidentally factory reset your phone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what time that was?
No, it was sometime in the morning. I had been pushing off doing an update for a while.
Was that before or after you went to the smoke shop?
Before? I'm not sure. I'm not a morning person. It's a newer phone. I was doing this update. It had some sort of weird option at the bottom that said something about reinstall everything, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing.
Okay, can you
Jen was
explain
right
to
there with
me, where were you? Like, were you in your settings?
I was following whatever the links were for the OS update.
Where I don't have an Android, so I don't know where.
I'm not super tech
Is
savvy.
it like
I'm
a
so sorry.
text? Was it?
It was a push notification that came in at the top that I had just
Right.
been ignoring
Oh,
for
like
a
up
long
here.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was it's a boneheaded maneuver.
Okay, and then where did it direct you to?
I don't know. It took me to a page with all the stuff in the system, and I clicked something. I wasn't paying attention.
Do you remember what it said? Like, what kind of update was it?
It was like a big OS update, and it had all these options, and it was like reinstall something with all the apps and stuff. Reinstall everything, the apps and stuff. I don't know exactly what I said. I pushed it, and it started doing the update, and then it turned into some sort of reset or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I did that.
Okay.
I was half asleep.
And then when you came back to get your key fob, what did you do when you got here?
Ran inside, got the key fob, ran back out again.
Okay, where did you park?
Right up here, I think.
Okay. How long would you say you were inside your apartment for?
Literally long enough to run in, grab the fob, and come back out. So.
Okay, and then what did you do?
Most.
What did you do when you came back out?
Got back in the car and went back on the morning mission.
Okay.
The morning mission.
The camera has you in the complex for 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem about right?
Yeah, coming into the complex, driving around, parking, getting the fob, coming back out. Sounds about right.
Okay. And then you leave. What time would you say you dropped her off at the school? Or not at the school, but in the area?
My estimate was sometime between 8:20 and 8:40.
Okay, the camera has you leaving the complex at 8:31.
8:31? Okay, so it must have been closer to 8:40 then.
Okay. And then after you dropped her off, did you go directly to the smoke shop?
I did. I went directly to the smoke shop. Waited. It was supposed to be open, but it wasn't. I waited a little while to see if they were just being slow about turning on the open sign. They weren't, so I went home at that point.
How long do you think you waited?
5-10 minutes maybe.
Okay, so if you drop her off at like 8:40, how far is the smoke shop from there to where you dropped her off?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many minutes. How far.
Did you go anywhere else after the smoke shop?
Sorry. I don't know. I don't think I went anywhere specific. I was just driving probably in the direction of home. But I don't remember stopping anywhere specifically.
And you were there for 5 to 10 minutes?
Roundabout, I think.
Okay, so like let's say you drop her off at 8:40. We don't see her car coming back south until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing between 8:40 and 10 o'clock?
Cruising around a little bit.
Okay, but I asked you earlier, like what you were doing, and you said you were there for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you came back home.
Yeah, I went to the smoke shop, like I said. But I may have been meandering around the area, but made my way home.
Okay, but I'm asking you earlier, right? And even like the first time we talked to you, you're not telling us that you're like, just cruising the area, like you're coming home. So I need to be able to explain to my supervisors why there's such a time gap.
I mean, I don't know what to say. It was just a normal day. I didn't have anything important to do. The smoke shop was supposed to open soon, so I made my way over there. It wasn't any particular rush, though.
Okay, but can you help me explain to them? Because I don't know the explanation or the answer to this question, okay? So can you help me explain to them why there's such a delay in the time?
No, can't explain it. I wasn't going anywhere in particular. I wasn't doing anything in particular. I was just making my way to the smoke shop. Waited for them to open. They did not open. And then I left.
Where did you go from there?
From the smoke shop, I went home.
Okay, the smoke shop is like 10 minutes from here, right?
15, 20-ish, something like that.
Earlier you told us it was 10 minutes.
Time is not a strong suit of mine. I'm guesstimating here.
I understand, but I have to be able to explain, you know, where you were for an hour and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And right now I can't explain that.
Okay. Smoke shop was supposed to open close to 10. I waited. They did not open. And I came home.
Okay.
What time specifically was it supposed to open?
10 o'clock is when it's supposed to open.
So why'd you go at 8:40?
Like I said, I didn't go exactly at 8:40. I went to the smoke shop after I dropped her off.
But even if it was 9 o'clock, that still would have been an hour before they're supposed to open.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you think it would be open?
I didn't think it would be open. I was hoping I would get there early enough and wait for it to open.
So you would have waited an hour for it to be open?
I did not wait an hour. I got there maybe 20 minutes before it opened, 15 minutes before it opened, and just sat and waited.
But then you're seen coming at 10 a.m. when it's supposed to open, already coming down.
Leaving because it was supposed to open at 10 a.m. I waited a few minutes after 10. They were not opening, and that's when I left.
You did not wait a few minutes after 10.
What do you mean?
At 10 a.m., you were seen coming down southbound on Jongyang Parkway at the intersection of Jongyang
At 10
Parkway.
a.m., I was still in front of that shop waiting to see if they were going to turn on the open sign.
Okay, but if you dropped at 8:40 and you said you only waited for a couple minutes at the smoke shop, why would you still be there at 10?
Stefan, they have
I
you.
waited to see if it would open, and they did not open.
We got that part. But you said you were there for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And then you said you were there after a couple minutes after 10. So that's
It doesn't make
it doesn't
sense.
make sense.
I apologize for that. I'm trying to help you out the best that I can, but
Right. So like if you drop her off around 8:40, let's say give or take 10 minutes, you make it to the shop around 9, the smoke shop, and you sit there and wait for a couple minutes for it to open. You said you waited for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, right? Does it make sense that you're still there at 10 o'clock?
not so much, Stefan.
I was there at 10 o'clock.
Okay, so what did you do before that?
I dropped her off, and I made my way over. Not a direct route, but I made my way over there.
Did you stop anywhere on your way to the smoke shop?
I don't think so.
Do you have problems with your memory that you can't recall what you did?
I'm extremely ADHD. I'm sorry. So just details start to get fuzzy after a while. Even the times I'm giving you are my best guesstimates here. I didn't have my phone with me at the time, so I wasn't aware of exactly what time.
There's no
everything
time
was-
on your
was
car?
transpiring. There probably is, but it's not my car. It's my parents' car.
How certain are you that you were outside of the smoke shop at 10 a.m.?
90% sure.
What makes you think that you were there at 10?
I saw lights on inside the place. It looked like they were some of the life in there,
Mm-hmm.
so it looked like they were about to open.
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting to see if they were going to turn on the open.
Do you
sign.
remember if there was anybody inside?
I couldn't see inside from the outside. But after I came home and then went back to the smoke shop again later, when they definitely were open, I stopped in and got my vape juice from them. I don't remember the name of the guy working there, but he was like a skinny guy, short, skinny guy.
When you came back for the fob, did she go inside with you?
No, she was in the car still. She was asleep.
Where in the
Yeah.
car?
Sleeping.
The front seat.
Correct.
Okay.
I
Did
mean,
she at any point go in the back of the vehicle, like in the back seat?
No.
So she was in the front the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Awake or asleep?
She was asleep.
Okay.
She was confident. We had gotten up early.
How was she positioned in the front seat?
Leaned back in the seat, just kind of conked out, napping.
Where was her head in relation to the seat?
Against the seat, I think. Against it. Just
Was the seat leaning back or?
the seat was leaning back. Yeah, she had leaned the seat back so that she could recline and.
Okay. And then I need you to try to, refresh your memory. When you got the flat tire on 192, what could you see around you?
It's 192. It all looks the same. I'm so sorry. I'm drawing a blank as any specific businesses or names.
Did you pull off to the side of the road to a business?
I pulled off into a side plaza, like one of those little strips along the side. Dug around for my spare and my jack. Thankfully, we had both.
What direction were you coming in?
I was going towards John Young.
Okay.
So that direction.
And it was a plaza. You don't remember any businesses that were in the
I
plaza?
don't. I was focused on the.
What
wheel
color
that
is the
was-
plaza?
Oh God, I have no idea what color the plaza was. I'm sorry, didn't even register a detail like that.
Okay, remind me again what you were doing on 192.
I was looking around at different game shops. One of my card games just had a release on Friday, Lorcana.
What card are you talking about?
It's like a trading card game. And they had a big release on Friday, so I wanted to go around.
What's
and
the
see.
card though?
I'm sorry.
What is the game?
It's called Lorcana.
Lorcana?
Yeah, Lorcana. It's a trading card game made by Disney, kind of like Pokemon cards or Magic the Gathering.
Okay, and you stopped at what shop?
I stopped over by Target. I was going to see if they had any. I then went up and was going to go to a place called House Rules Games. That is on 192 and Oak Street.
Mm-hmm.
I did not make it to House Rules Games because I got a flat tire.
Okay, which Target did you go to?
The one down on 192.
192 and what?
Is there more than one down there?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the area.
Oh, it's the one down there by the Walmart, I think.
He cannot tell a good lie to save his soul. Just unreal. I agree with you guys. That picture where he's showing off his upper body to see if there's scratches or the like. Yeah, it's not nice. No one wants to see that ish.
I'm not sure what the cross streets are.
Except the cops.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could be more help. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you are, Stefan.
And how long were you changing your tire for?
I'm not sure how long it took. I got back here by like 2:35, 2:40, because I was trying to get home to go with her to go to school. And we needed to leave by 2:30. The flat tire made me late for that.
Okay. And
I
there's
do not
absolutely nothing that you
believe
can
that.
remember about the plaza that you got the flat.
No, I don't remember color. I mean, it's all just kind of brownish, I think, along there.
And you said when you got your flat, you were heading towards JYP from 192.
Yes,
Okay, where's your flat tire at?
it's in the trunk.
Okay.
I've got the spare on there right now.
Yeah, I saw the spare. I don't think I have anything else. My phone number. If you can remember where you got your flat tire, just have her send me a text message, okay?
Okay. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I know the details are important, and just the way our brains work with ADHD is those things can get fuzzy.
Are you on any medication?
I'm supposed to be. I have not been medicated lately, so
Okay.
I'm not a morning person. I'm very time blind on the best of days and forgetful. So I understand that none of that is helpful in this case.
Okay.
I'm pretty sorry.
I explained that we're gonna have the apartment secured for the rest of the night. Okay?
Why? So the investigation is not going to happen tonight?
It is. So
okay.
just so I explained to her, me and him have been out all day, right? So we're gonna go home, but just because me and him are going home doesn't mean that there isn't other people out here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We have another unit out here which is called Violent Crimes. They're out all night. So they're gonna keep looking. We also have some of our detectives that were sent home earlier to get rest because they were gonna come and relieve me and him, right? So we're gonna take like shifts with the investigation, because obviously if we're exhausted, we're of no use, right?
We're all exhausted too.
Right. Does
My
that
brain is mush.
right? And we don't want that to happen with anything that we're doing. So what we're doing is we're taking turns with whatever needs to be done. So we'll brief whoever's coming next, and then here's what we did. This is what needs to be done. Okay. The reason we are keeping your house for the night is because your house cannot be completed by one person, right? We don't do that. We have a unit that comes and takes pictures and does whatever they need to do with the house. After a certain time, it's only one person working in that unit, and she can't do it by herself. So people come in at 8 o'clock in the morning. So when the rest of her squad comes in, they're going to come in and, tackle your place as a unit so that they can get it done quicker. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And then I explained to her too, because in your car, we are going to also tow your car. Okay. It's going to go to our sheriff's office, which is at 2500 West Colonial. Okay. She said she needed to get her medication. You're not under any medication.
I have medication in the house, though, that I do need to get my blood pressure meds, and anxiety meds as well.
Okay. So I'm going to try to figure out where all of this stuff is. Where's your stuff at?
Upstairs in the guest room currently.
In guest room number 4?
Yes. And it's on top of the mini refrigerator.
Is it on, does it have your name on it?
Yes, all of it.
Okay. Where does she keep her medicine?
In her zipper case on her nightstand, I believe.
In the downstairs.
Correct.
Oh, this guy. Jesus, Lord.
What zipper?
It's like a little sort of brown zipper case. It's on her nightstand. So right on top of her
Okay, so I can just bring the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any bottles on top of the nightstand around it too, but you might want to grab those. Yeah, just.
Is there anything that you can recall that we haven't asked you? I know we asked you like a whole bunch of questions earlier, and we just asked you like a whole bunch more.
I don't know. My brain is so mush right now. I barely slept. I haven't eaten in 2 days. I'm trying to think of questions for you.
Can I see what shirt you're wearing?
What's that?
Can I see what shirt you're wearing?
Yeah. It's a blue shirt.
Okay.
shirt you were wearing on Monday morning?
I believe it was this shirt. I'm still wearing the same shirt.
Have you showered since then or anything?
I showered the other night. No, not since yesterday. Sorry, your hair is even still greasy.
I know you got a cut, right? From
changing the tire.
Do you mind if I see your arms?
Yeah, go for it. I changed the tire.
Do you mind taking your sweater off?
It's cold, but yeah. I changed the tire in like 10 years. I made a rookie mistake. Got my thumb too close to the jack in the frame and it slipped. Pinned my thumb in between the frame and the jack.
Oh, Lord, Stefan.
I got lucky. I panicked and pulled it out,
Let me see
which
the other side.
you're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot
Go
of
like
pain.
this?
I panicked.
And flip your hand over. Can you see the other arm?
Mm-hmm. Whatever my parents used for a tire iron, they're
Do you mind if I take a
janky.
picture of the cut you got?
Yeah, go for it.
Let me see if the flash works. Okay. Can you go like this again?
Mm-hmm.
And then flip it over for me. And then do this. Flip it over, please.
He sure likes pity parties. It blows me away. Between him and his dad, oh, lordy, lordy, guys. Lordy, lordy.
Is that good?
She got her stuff. So let me go get your stuff and then you guys will be good to go. Okay, where are you guys gonna head? Do you know?
No idea.
Okay, can you ask me?
Okay, guys. Let's see what else we've got. Stefan Stearns. Audio number 2, guys.
Case number 24-11313. Today's date is February 27, 2024. The time is 19:16 hours. We're in Kissimmee speaking with Stefan Stearns. Okay, so I know that you already spoke to the other detective, right, about everything that kind of happened today. If you can just kind of go over it with us one more time, the timeline from like when you guys woke up and took her to school and all that.
So we woke up early. The plan was that we were going to get McDonald's breakfast on the way, so we made amazingly good time.
I don't mean to interrupt you, okay? Neither of us were here yesterday, so if you can be kind of like specific about like times and stuff like that, okay?
Woke up around 7:15, somewhere around there, which is an early start for us, but we had talked about getting McDonald's breakfast beforehand, so we wanted to make good time. We did make good time. We got out the door maybe 7:30ish, 7:45ish, maybe. Got over to that area. She was asleep in the car most of the time, just snoozing until we got there. We got to McDonald's. We're close to McDonald's. I said, "You still want it?" She wasn't interested in the McDonald's anymore, so we continued on. And she wanted to be dropped off a little down the ways from the school. She's got this phase that she's been into lately where she's very particular about what car she's seen getting out of in front of the school. Cars are, I guess, kind of hoopties. I get it. It's an image thing. But that was sometime probably between 8:20 and 8:40ish. Somewhere in there. It was along the stretch of the road that on the right side that has all the communities on it.
Mm-hmm.
Before you get to the overpass. You could see the overpass from where it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was on that side, on that stretch of road. And that's where I dropped her off. She said she was going to go wait for her friends. She was going to go find them and hang out and wait for her friends. And I asked if that was going to be okay. She said, yeah, it's fine. kids get dropped off early enough as it is. So it's not totally unusual for that to happen. It's just not usually that early that I drop her off. I
Mm-hmm.
do school runs every once in a while for her. I said, okay, let her out. Have a good day. Love you. Thanks. Love you too. And I turned around and was driving away and was watching her in my rearview mirror to make sure that she was going where she was supposed to go. And she was moving in that direction, but she was rummaging around in her backpack or something. What I assumed was probably headphones or something like that. But I found out later that she forgot her phone here, so she may have been rummaging for her phone. But she was still kind of making her way towards that direction, so it looked okay. Looked like any other day. And I just continued on.
Okay. When you said you dropped her off, like in the area, kind of like where exactly did you drop her off?
So if you pull down the street going towards the school,
Mm-hmm.
you've got that whole strip of communities on the right side there.
Mm-hmm.
It was in that stretch of sidewalk there. We pulled in and maybe about halfway up the street or so, and she was like, right here's good.
Was it like in one of the apartment complexes, the church?
Not in, it was outside one of the apartment. It was just on the sidewalk on the side of the road there. Just like a tuck and roll, you know?
Okay, so like if I were to be on the road, where,
With the maps.
like, what do you remember seeing that you dropped her off at?
I remember the overpass is up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The sidewalk was on the right, row of trees. There's, I think, a median in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another community maybe across from that before you get to the church.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like before the church.
So Town Loop Boulevard's that street that connects to the school.
Yeah.
Is that the street that you?
Is this, which one?
So that's Town Loop Boulevard, right?
Town
That's the
Loop,
one
yes. And where's the school located here?
that school's right here.
School's right there. Okay, so school would be on the left in this case. Here's the
So you
overpass
you
I was
guys came from
talking
this side?
about. Yeah, we
Okay.
came from Town Loop, I think,
Mhm.
which is Town Center. Yeah, so we made a right here and then pulled somewhere about.
So you came
Where's-
from Town Center and turned onto Town Loop.
Yeah, where's the church? Is this the church here?
There
I
is
would
a, yep,
assume so,
that's the
yeah.
church. Yeah.
Okay, so we weren't up to the church yet. So we were pulled on to here, and then we pulled maybe about halfway up here, and I dropped her off somewhere in this area here.
And she walked from there to the school?
Yeah,
It's a pretty long way.
It's maybe a block or so, but it's not out of the ordinary for her. She likes to do that sometimes. She likes the cold weather. She was wearing her hoodie. She likes
Uh-huh.
the cold walks.
So you dropped her off near Lilac? Does that sound right?
Yeah, it wasn't at a cross street. It was just a bit of the sidewalk there.
So did you merge into the sidewalk, or did you stop in the middle of the street, or?
I just pulled over to the sidewalk there. Let her hop out.
How often do you drop her off?
This might be the 5th or 6th time I've ever done it.
Okay. And when you drop her off, where do you normally drop her off at?
Normally down the street from the school. She requests that a lot.
Like the same area or somewhere else?
Especially if it's sometimes in the church parking lot, sometimes just wherever she tells us to let her out. As long as it's close, you know.
So it's halfway between Town Loop and Town Center and the church.
Yeah, it's just in this stretch right here. Like we got about maybe halfway up and it was there.
The McDonald's that you guys were going to stop at, did you pull into the plaza at any point?
No, she 86 the idea before we even got there.
What do you mean by 86?
Poo-pooed the idea, didn't want it anymore,
Okay.
wasn't in the mood anymore.
At any point while you were driving to the school, did you make a U-turn?
Yeah, I tried to sell her on McDonald's one more time because I was still kind of hungry, but at that point she was also just wanting to get to school.
Okay.
So we
Where
turned right back around.
where did you make that U-turn at?
Actually, the school park, not the school parking lot, the church parking lot. I pulled into that, turned around and pulled back out. Did a U there and went back to the McDonald's. And she still wasn't having it. And that's when we came back. See, the McDonald's is on the same town loop or town center. It connects to the same road that the,
Mm-hmm.
That the school's on.
Yeah, so
Town
it's like
Loop.
a straight shot.
So you guys came from, just so I can kind of get a good visualization. Town center, and where did you come from? Town center.
Town center. So where's the McDonald's? I'm so bad at reading these. I'm sorry. So we
This
came.
is all town center.
So we came across on Town Loop, I believe. Is that the school that is that the road that the school is on?
No, this is town center. So you
Okay.
said you were on town center, and then you made a right on Town Loop, which is
Yeah.
the one that takes you to the school,
Yes, correct.
right?
I think you might do it.
But what I'm saying is before Town Loop, or I'm sorry, for town center, what street did you take?
I'm so sorry. I'm bad with the streets around here.
How do you usually get to the school?
I just take John Young and then wait till I see the McDonald's and make a left there and then follow that around, and that goes straight into the road that the school is on. I just use the landmarks, and I don't memorize the street names.
Is that JYP?
Yeah, so this is JYP.
I mean, at the McDonald's, you turn right?
And then you said you made a left at the McDonald's? So that's
so
Jungyoung Parkway, you're going north
left
on
at
Jungyoung.
McDonald's, and then go around, and then that shoots straight into the road that she's on.
Okay. Because that's,
I believe that's the correct road.
yeah, well, that's the fastest way to get there. But you told me you came from town center and Town Loop.
I'm sorry, I don't know the street names.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm doing my
No,
best.
that's okay. So now that we know that you came from Jungyoung Parkway and you made a left on Town Loop,
Mhm.
so you passed the
So,
McDonald's.
yeah, that was when she said no to McDonald's the first time.
Okay. So you guys keep on going on Town Loop.
Yeah, but at that point we still had a lot of time to kill. Very early.
So what did you guys do?
Drove towards the school.
Okay, that one gets me each time. Still had time to kill. Are you kidding me already, Stefan?
Made a U-turn, came back, tried to do the McDonald's thing again. She didn't want it.
So where did you,
I
one more
did
time,
give
where
her-
did you do the U-turn at?
It probably was right by the church because it was still way too early for school. So it was on that stretch of road. I mean, they had the meeting there in a separation, so that left turn where the church is, you can make the U-turn there.
And then after you dropped her off, what did you do?
Stayed, talked to her for a minute, made sure, is it all right that you're going early? Because it was still early.
Mm-hmm.
She said, yeah, it's fine. I'm going to hang out, wait for my friends to get there, which she does sometimes. So it didn't sound,
What a pigsty that
outrageous or
car
anything.
is. His dad called him a slob.
And that was it. Told her to have a good day. I loved her. She told me she loved me too. I turned around to leave, and I was watching her in my rearview mirror. She looked like she was walking in the right direction. She was rummaging in her bag a little bit, like I said, but still sort of just shambling in the right direction while she was doing it. So it looked normal. It looked okay.
Okay, and then what did you do after you left the area?
I left to go to the local vape shop because I needed some more vape juice. They weren't quite open yet, so I ended up going back home. Hung out with Jen for a little while. Waited about an hour or so, and then went back and checked the vape.
Looking at the back of this vehicle, no wonder his dad calls him a slob. If you guys have not watched yesterday's lives on the parents and what they had to say, check it out. It's absolutely interesting.
Shop again. It was open, so I got what I needed there. And came back home and hung out with Jen again for a while.
Do you remember what time you came home?
The first time was probably right around 10, close to it. And then I waited here and went back
I
to the
think
vape
that's
shop.
exactly what it is.
Probably finished at the vape shop and came back home again a little after 11.
Okay. You said the first time that you hung out with Jen for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Was Jen here when you got here at
Yes.
10? Okay.
I think so. She might have been at her blood appointment. Let me double check. I know she had a blood appointment at some point during the day.
It's okay. We don't have to ask her right now.
Sorry, everything's a blur.
Yeah.
So she might have been here. She might have not have been here
I
the first time.
believe she was here because she was sleeping in as much as she possibly could because she's been messed up with her work schedule. So she had to be here because she didn't want to sleep in.
Okay.
I'll double check, but yeah, I believe she was here.
And then what time did you say you left again to the smoke shop?
Maybe after an hour or so, maybe 11 or so.
Okay. And then what time did you get to the smoke shop?
It's maybe 10 minutes away, so not long after that. Stopped in and got some juice. And,
What's the name of the smoke shop?
ICKEDMEL Online.
Okay.
It's just over off of John Young. It's not far from the school.
And then after the smoke shop, what did you do? Okay, for how long?
At least until maybe 12:30, 12:45 ish, something like that.
And then what'd you do after that?
I had a couple errands to run over on 192. She was talking about making a BJ shopping list. She just wanted to make sure I was back in time for us to both go pick. So I was visiting some card shops around the area on 192. I'm kind of a nerd, so we had a new trading card game release, and I was seeing what the situation was with it.
Do you remember what places you visited?
Yeah, Coliseum of Comics. Stopped by a couple Targets, and I was going to go to House Rules Games down by Oak and 192.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't make it that far. I got a flat tire on the way.
Do you remember where you got your flat tire?
It was on 192. I pulled into one of those plazas somewhere. It's been about 10 years since I switched out a tire, though, so I made a lot of rookie.
So if I remember correctly, she had to go get blood drawn. I can't remember what illness that she had, but I think they were monitoring her. If I remember correctly, that's what they were saying. But yeah, pretty much a creepy day all the way around. I'm personally still not thinking that Jen was naive to what was going on. I really believe she knew something. How could you miss it? Look what the parents were saying yesterday. Like, oh my Lord. She was more worried about Stefan getting a lawyer when those photos were found on his phone. She immediately got a hold of Stefan's parents and said, listen, they found pictures on his phone. He needs a lawyer. That's how she dealt with that. Not wanting to scratch his face apart, she told his parents to get him a lawyer.
Mistakes and ended up pinning my thumb between the frame and the jack. Yeah, I'm lucky it's not a lot worse than it could have been.
Do you remember the name of the plaza by any chance? Do you remember like what stores were in this plaza?
It was like right before you got to Oak, though, so it was one of those little strips.
Okay. And then
but I did not
that?
make it back in time because of that. I thankfully had the spare. I put that on and tried to get back in time, but caught every red light on the way. She ended up leaving out. I was about 10 minutes late on it. So I called her and let her know what happened. I apologized profusely because I promised I'd be there with her to go pick her up. Just sat and waited. After that, she had already gone to get her, so I just sat and waited and hung out, straightened up the house a little bit. That was it. Then we got the call.
What do you mean you got the call?
Got the call from her. Had not come out. We started getting worried. Start making calls to her family. Be on the lookout. She might be walking to you. That's just when everything sort of started going downhill.
I want. Listen,
Did you check on the map the southbound? The Greenville? I'm not sure where Greenville is. But she forgot her phone, right? Is it normal for her to not have her phone?
Unfortunately, she's severely ADHD, as am I. And
Mm-hmm.
so it is not uncommon at all. In fact, very, very usual thing for her to forget things. She'd forget her head if it wasn't screwed on. We're forgetful about, writing her about that. It will remind her, and then it will leave our minds, and she'll say okay, and then it will leave her mind.
And is she on medication for this stuff?
Normally, yes. She's been staying with her grandparents a lot this week.
Uh-huh.
So she has not been getting her meds a lot.
Okay.
So she was really spacing.
Where?
Disney concierge.
What changed in her hours that she needs all this thing?
She's training, so it's not a
Holy
set schedule
smokes,
yet.
live close to an airport, you thinking?
Early this day, late closing training this
So
day.
different hours. Yeah, no, that takes a toll.
So I came up here. She needed help. I split my time between two places. I needed a visit.
Yeah, Stefan.
We all needed to be a little happier together. So.
this is a green thing. JYP. Just tell me.
And where's the McDonald's?
Right.
So that doesn't. Right?
Nobody
Are the
believes the
schools up
word
there?
this guy is saying.
Am I messing up the streets again?
Lordy, lordy.
This one's town center, but town loop.
We're just trying to figure out your direction of travel, right?
I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with that area over there, Hunter's
Oh,
Creek.
God.
You said you made a U-turn
Mhm.
at the church to go see if she wanted McDonald's again, correct?
Yes.
Did you go anywhere else? Because I know you said you had time to kill.
Yeah.
Did you guys go anywhere
He's a
else?
monster.
No, we didn't go anywhere else.
Is there a reason why you would be back on John Young Parkway?
When we tried to go back to McDonald's a second time, we would have made a left over there instead and just looped around again.
What do you mean?
Just made a circle.
Made a circle house. Can you show me on the map?
So
this
going,
is the
going
McDonald's
back
right
down
here,
to
right?
McDonald's.
That's the McDonald's right there.
Correct. So going back down and then just straight shot back down.
You
again.
would come down this way?
I can't read the map. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
Where's the McDonald's?
McDonald's is right here. This is town loop. So this is John Young Parkway.
John
you guys
Young,
are coming
okay,
up John
this is
Young.
McDonald's.
And the school's on this corner.
Correct. Somewhere over here.
Mhm.
So we come back down here, there, and we can take a straight shot back down to the school again there. They connect. Town Loop and Town Center connect.
Right.
So it's
So where did you make the U-turn?
the U-turn was on the street when we were going to go back to McDonald's. When we drove down to McDonald's here.
Right. So just so I don't get confused, you're going up John Young Parkway, right? You're going northbound.
Originally, yes.
Right. You make a left at the
left
McDonald's.
Here, go towards the school.
Okay. How far did you get before you made the U-turn? So
We got. Is this the school right here?
yep, that's town loop.
So we got up to here and then made a U-turn over here, past the median.
Okay. So
Went back to McDonald's.
on Lincoln town loop.
Still time to kill.
Time to kill
Still
it.
didn't want the McDonald's, but I did give her
Jeez.
a raspberry and cheese Danish.
So did you go through the drive-thru? Did you go
No.
inside?
Nope. Didn't go inside.
Where did you get the Danish from?
Oh, the Antonins that I brought from home. I gave her a couple of those to put in the car.
Okay.
So she wasn't without food totally. So we just continued past it again and turned around and said, "Screw it, just drop you off early."
Okay, so you came back around to the McDonald's.
And then right onto the school road from there.
What's is that back on John Young Parkway?
Yeah,
or?
back on the John Young Parkway. It comes down here, and then here's Town Center again.
So then you took Town Center
yes.
the second time around?
Yes, and then made it right down to the school.
Do you remember what time you dropped her off?
I estimated it to be sometime between 8:20, 8:40.
Are you on your phone? Do you have Google Maps?
I do, but I wasn't mapsing it.
Mapsing.
When you're giving her rides, does she sit in the front or the back?
She sits in the front. She likes to sit in the front.
Do you mind if I look at your maps real quick?
Yeah, that's fine.
And just to confirm, also, you said, so the second time around, you said you went up John Young Parkway, you went through Town Center this time, made a right on Town Loop, and then you said you dropped her off
right here in this stretch here.
Around this, okay, which was before the underpass.
Correct, before the underpass, just before the church. The church was ahead on the left, the underpass was just beyond that, the school was just on the other side of the underpass. So maybe,
On the left-hand side.
Maybe a block away.
Okay. And you said that that's typical of her to walk that distance?
Yeah, she likes the morning walks when it's cool.
Yeah.
She doesn't like being seen getting out of certain cars. Middle school, it's an image thing. And she will sometimes like to hang out and wait for her friends. She's known to do that.
Do you mind if I just take a picture of your history?
Yeah, that's fine.
And that time would have been, you said around
8:20ish, 8:30, sometime between 8:20 and 8:40.
What time does she go into class?
She has to be there no later than 9:15. Doors open at 8. Doors open at 9, I think. And then school officially starts around 9:20 or 9:28, I think.
Okay. And when you dropped her off, is that earlier than typical, later than typical, around the same time?
Earlier than typical. We had made really good time that morning, and with the subtraction of McDonald's, we had more time than usual.
Okay.
And she said it was okay. She was very confident and convincing that it would be fine.
And you saw what direction she walked to after you dropped her off?
Yeah, it looked like she was moving towards the direction of the school like she was supposed to.
Was she still on the right side of the road, or did she cross
She was
over?
when I left her, yeah. She was still on the right side.
What kind of phone is this?
S23 Ultra, I think.
I don't know how to work this thing.
I barely know how to work it myself.
I'm an iPhone person.
Uh,
Is it okay if I go in your settings real quick? I just want to see if you're logged on to your Google.
I am not logged on to my Google with that, actually.
Is it okay if I check?
Yeah.
Does she have any other devices besides that phone? Any other electronics?
She had her school laptop with her.
Is that still supposed to be with her?
Still supposed to be with her, yes.
Okay. And what kind of book bag was she carrying?
Black book bag with like grayish blue hibiscus flowers on it, like a print.
When she leaves in the mornings, what does she usually put her phone?
Either in her backpack or like her back pocket, kind of wherever she just thinks to put it at the time.
Hold on, I don't know how to use this phone. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
I don't know, you've probably been asked already, but she's never ran away or been away for longer than a certain period of time, amount of time, something like that.
I think she'd know what to do if she did run away. She's not the type. She's a good kid.
Besides the ADHD issue diagnosed with anything else?
Yeah, she was tested a while back and had some symptoms of autism, so she's potentially on the spectrum there.
Okay.
She was officially diagnosed with it when she was younger, and then she was retested and said, well, she shows symptoms of being on the spectrum, but maybe not full-on autistic.
Is this what you use to go places?
Yes. Go places, search addresses, look at store hours, write reviews. It's a pretty new phone, though. Have we had any updates?
We literally have like 50 people right now on scene looking. I don't know if there's any updates. The best person would be the other detective because he's the one that is in charge of all this.
I don't think I've eaten anything since yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are worried.
When did you come back to help Jen? Is that her name?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like, because you live down south, right? When did you come back up north to help her?
I just got here this weekend.
Do you remember what day it was?
Sunday. Sunday was her birthday party, so yeah, it was the evening after her birthday party. Sunday.
Okay. Do you remember what time you got here on Sunday?
8:30ish maybe.
Okay.
Just in time to make sure that she was doing all her nighttime routines.
You live in North Pole, right?
Yeah, I split my time between the two.
Is that
places. Split my time between the two.
Is that Broward County or?
Sarasota County, I
Sarasota,
believe,
okay.
or Charlotte County, either way.
Gotcha.
It's my parents' house. They're old. They need help these days. And they got a house full of poodles. And it's chaos. So I needed to come back up here and just get away from that. Between two deaf old people yelling at each other and poodles yapping all the time, it's enough to drive anyone up a wall. I was very happy to be back here.
Did you, when you guys were looking for you guys look?
Me and her stayed local. It was all the rest of the family that mobilized and was beating the bushes. And
Did you guys drive together or separate?
I don't think we drove anywhere when we were looking.
You didn't drive anywhere?
Not that I recall.
Did you guys go anywhere last night? Is that media?
Maybe. I think Fox 35 or something was coming.
Yeah.
Let me, if it is, let me tell them to move to the house.
Okay.
I don't recall. You have to ask her if we went anywhere. I don't recall. I was so zonked out on Ativan at that point.
Zonked out on Ativan. There you go.
And this would have been when?
I don't recall us going anywhere last night, but I honestly, at that point, my brain was mush, and I was on so many tranquilizers to keep me stable. It's just,
You said Adam.
So all bombed up on Ativan. And at some point, he does allegedly take Jen's car and go back out to where he put Maddie. He just, oh my God.
Van.
yeah.
Do you usually take that, or
Yeah, I have a prescription. I haven't needed it in a long time, though. But
I don't even think that this guy deserves any kind of chance at a trial. He needs to just say what he's done and deal with the consequences. Prison justice is a thing.
what's that for?
anxiety.
Okay.
I was having these rolling panic attacks and breaking down crying, and I just.
You got one, sorry.
Oh, thank you. Here you go. And it was the only way I could get to sleep last night. And then again this afternoon. That's why I missed your calls. I'm sorry. I was took an Ativan and conked out for a few hours.
This is Ativan again. So he allegedly poured paint all over that knapsack to make it a little bit more indistinguishable. He wanted to hide it. Things ping, Stefan. Things ping. Not only that, we got cameras of him going to that dumpster with her allegedly unalive in the front seat as he's ditching her stuff at that dumpster.
It's the only time when I'm not crying.
Yeah, Stefan. They've got him going to that dumpster more than one time, and they do
It's
have
okay if I just
footage
pop down real quick.
to deal with your shit, Stefan. Yes.
So we're trying to get just a good idea, times, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm so sorry. I'm giving my best recollections. I'm not a morning person as it is.
Oh my God. Not a
A lot
morning.
of the times are best guess.
Managed this, didn't you?
but we know that you go up Jongyang Parkway down. That's the road you usually take
Yeah.
to take her, and then you make a left at that McDonald's, right, which is the
Yeah.
town loop.
You can make a left to get there either at the McDonald's or at town center itself. They both lead to the school.
So if you leave her at, just so you get a sense of direction, Jongyang Parkway goes northbound and
Mhm.
southbound. So you're going northbound
Mhm.
into Orange County, making a left at the McDonald's, which is the town loop. You said when you did drop her off at that medium, you said it was around 8:20, 8:30-ish, somewhere around that time.
Somewhere in there. Yeah. It was early, but not like outrageously early, you know?
So what would you estimate when you made a left
No.
at that McDonald's to be?
After I dropped her off?
No, I'm saying when you dropped her off.
Oh, first left by that McDonald's.
Yeah, when you first go, that first left that you make at the McDonald's.
It had to have been around maybe eight, maybe quarter after 8, sometime in there.
Okay.
Sometime between 8 and a quarter after, I think.
All right. So just so it's you can kind of picture it here on the map. So you're going northbound. You make a left here around like 8:10, 8:15. Let's say 8:15, around there. When you get over here, you make a U-turn. You go back to the McDonald's. But you said that she still doesn't want the
Still
McDonald's.
doesn't want it. She was just going to eat the Danishes that I had given her.
So you're going up here now, still northbound on Jongyang Parkway.
Mhm.
You make a left at Town Center this time.
Town Center, then make,
Then
a,
make a
right
right.
onto,
Mhm.
yes.
And
the
then you
school
drop
road.
her off
And
around
then
like
dropped her off around halfway up the road there.
So keep in mind, all of this is still northbound,
Okay.
right? You're still northbound on Jungyoung Parkway.
Northbound.
So why is your car seen going southbound at 8:10?
Good question.
I'll show you what location it is. McDonald's is over here.
Mm-hmm.
At 8:10, your car is seen going southbound at this intersection. So meaning going toward Kissimmee.
Mm-hmm. I had forgotten my gate clicker. I'm sorry. I forgot. I had gone back to the house real quick after we left. I forgot my gate clicker. I actually had to go through the front gate and use my parking pass to grab my clicker.
Your clicker. We've heard this before, guys.
So it was the wrong time. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was guesstimating these times. I'm not a morning person.
Okay.
So
Not
yes,
a morning person.
we've gone out.
How far did you get before you came back down when you realized you forgot your clicker?
Nearly all the way to the school. And then we turned around. We had plenty of time to kill, so
Time to kill
it was
again.
time to go back.
What the hell?
I rushed back, got the clicker, and that's when I came back here this way.
So you guys came back here to get your clicker.
Correct.
So when we look at the cameras in the front, it's going to show you coming back in
Correct.
here with her in the car.
Yes, with her in the passenger seat.
Okay.
Yes.
Unalive.
I know it sounds like we're asking you stupid questions. Okay, we just want to verify
okay.
the
I'm
times.
sorry, I'm not being more help. I'm not a morning person. I was half asleep. As it was.
Jesus, not a morning person.
Trying
The clickers to get where?
into our neighborhood.
Okay. And you forgot the clicker where?
I had forgotten the clicker here.
So how did you get in?
I was able to use my parking sticker for them to scan to let me through.
Okay. So could you not have done that after you dropped her off?
I could have, but I also like to come back in from the back gate a lot of the times, and I didn't know if I would be back right away. And sometimes they're busy up front, so it's better not to wait in a line.
What time is security usually there at the front gate?
They were there when I came through. He scanned my ticket.
So would it have not just made more sense to drop her off and come back since security's already there?
Yep.
I don't know if it made more sense. It's just what I did.
Makes more sense.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Anything else that we haven't asked you feels important? Maybe that might help us out.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble recollecting everything.
I'm going to step away for a second.
Anything that you remember maybe she might have told you?
She didn't mention anything in particular. Made a joke about her Crocs. She wears Crocs and socks. So we were joking about that.
Oh, you're funny, aren't you, Stefan?
Would she say she's usually like a happy, go lucky girl?
Very happy. She brings a lot of joy. She's a very good girl. It definitely doesn't feel the same around here if she's not here. She was so happy too.
Was.
She was looking forward to my visit here. She was looking forward to us all being together.
Was.
She was just happy. She was just very happy.
Okay, let's see what we've got left here. I think they have us, they did a lot of redacting before this came out.
She's sounding just amazing. She sang for me last night. I immediately wanted to show her the movie Sister Act because of the choir singing. It was so pretty. It reminded me. Told her I was very proud of her.
Does she have does she like video games, anything like that?
She
You
does
know.
like video games, yeah. She plays Roblox, Minecraft. I think those are the two big ones that I know of.
You don't know her to like ever have any friends on there that she talks to, anything
She
like that?
does. She does group chats. She does like voice chatting too on it. Usually with like her cousins or her friends, and they'll all be playing Roblox or something.
So this interview here is the one where Stefan is saying Maddie was asleep in that car and claimed she didn't want to go to McDonald's. So Stefan, as we can tell, is just burying himself in bullcrap. They know that something is definitely wrong with this situation, and him contradicting himself on the regular is not helping his cause.
Yelling at each other on the phone.
When was the last time y'all lived together?
December.
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 And you said the reason was for your parents down there.
Yeah, going down to help them because they're getting on in age and they're making their end of life plans.
Yeah.
They need someone to help out.
Can you unlock this one more time, please?
Sure.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry, are you guys done?
No, we're good.
The other detective mentioned that you did not have your phone yesterday.
Correct.
Tell me about that.
Mm-hmm.
I left my phone at home in the morning too. I was so busy riding her to the door on time that I left my phone. She left her phone. We
Okay.
both left our phones.
Yeah.
Did you have your phone when you went to the smoke shop?
Not the first time after I dropped her off. I was still without it. I got my phone and went back to the smoke shop
Okay.
later when I got home.
And then I also noticed, I was checking your call history. I noticed that you don't have anything before this morning. Is that unusual on your phone?
No, it's a new phone. Stupid. I went to do an update yesterday morning, and I don't know what the fuck. Pardon me. I don't know what the heck I did, but somehow during the massive OS update, I managed to factory reset my phone
Yeah, right.
and lose all of my contacts, all my information.
So he doesn't realize, obviously, that they can bust into his phone and get all that stuff regardless of what he has done. There is still going to be a lot of this stuff that comes right back at him, as we know, because he's now locked up in the Hooskow.
Mm-hmm. What time was that? Do you remember?
Sometime while I was hanging out with Jen. Jen might know. I looked at her and said, "What did I just do?"
Yeah.
She might know better. I don't know what time it was. It was when I was here with Jen.
What did I just do?
I don't think I have any other questions. Do you,
I don't
Louis?
know where my
I don't
head was yesterday. It was so far up my backside.
That's okay. We understand.
Yeah, not so much does a person understand. So that there was from the day after Maddie went missing, the following day. Let me see here. Okay, so this next one is the same on the 27th, also with redactions.
Tuesday, February 27th, 12:05 hours for OCSO case 24-011313 is Detective Hunt. Can you state your full name?
Stefan Stearns.
All right, Stefan. Real quick, you just want to affirm that everything you're about to tell me is the truth?
Yes.
Perfect. So you know kind of why I'm at here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Involving. When is the last time that you saw?
Dropped her off yesterday morning.
Okay, about what time was it?
Approximately sometime between 8:25 and 8:40 is when I dropped her off.
And where were you dropping her to?
Taking her to school.
Got it. And it's my understanding that you dropped her off like a little bit away from school.
Yeah, she sometimes likes to get dropped off a bit down the road away. She likes to walk over and catch up with her friends, or just not being seen, getting out of a hoopty in front of school.
Okay. And when you say hoopty, you're referring to your
My car that she's embarrassed to be seen getting out.
Got it. Okay. Where did you drop her off at? Do you remember approximately?
It was.
You're good.
It was along the stretch of road, kind of where all those communities are, leading up to the overpass, and then the school's on the other side of the overpass. So I dropped her off along that stretch where all those communities are.
Gotcha. Is it like on the sidewalk or their parking lots?
There's a sidewalk there. And then they've got the church on the other side of the street, and the overpass, and then the school. So it was maybe no more than a block away.
Okay. Is the school within like eyesight of where you dropped her off? Or is
The overpass was definitely within eyesight, and the school was literally just on the other side of the overpass.
Gotcha. So if you were to guesstimate it, would it be like a quarter mile, half mile?
Yeah, maybe like a 5-10 minute walk, depending on your speed.
Okay.
But she also likes the cool morning walks too. She was wearing her hoodie and she was feeling the cold weather. And she likes that.
How common is it of you to drop her off to school in the morning?
It's not common for me to do it most of the time, but I'm up here and I'm helping out as much as I can and working, so she was trying to get as much sleep as possible. And I was doing the school run this morning.
Okay. Do you live here? Do you live somewhere else, or what's that look like?
I live here, but I split my time between here and my parents' place down south in North Florida, getting on the meters and needing some help.
Got it. Okay. For how long have you lived here with them?
Oh gosh, years now, a couple of years maybe now.
Okay. And what does your time splitting look like? Are you here for days, weeks, months, something else?
Weeks at a time, yeah.
And so, I guess when did you arrive this block of time that you were here?
Day before yesterday, actually.
So,
night
Saturday?
Yeah.
I think. So you got here Saturday night. Got it. It's down in Northport that you actually split your time with. When did you start splitting your time between here and Northport?
A little while ago, my dad, I was working at Disney for a while, and my dad was coming up and getting lunch with me. Started discussing how they're getting on in years and they're going to need some help soon. They really need me to come back down and help them out. And,
was that this year or last year?
Last year, heading into this year, yeah.
So like December.
Yeah, they're already making end of life plans. So.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, at least they're getting a plan together
now. So normally, if you do drop her to school in the morning, although it's typically not you, is that typically what she requests is to be dropped? Is that from everyone or just because of your car?
She doesn't mind getting dropped off much. It's the nicer white Sentra over there. But it is very common for her to get dropped off down the road and want to walk up and find her friends and kind of hang out.
Does she typically hang out with her friends only at school, or does she have any in the neighborhood here?
She doesn't have any in the neighborhood here, but she does have friends from school that she gets together with on weekends and whatnot.
So after you dropped her off sometime between 8:25, 8:40 area, do you remember?
I left my phone at home, so I wasn't sure what the...
Gotcha. That's fine. Do you remember what you did after? Or?
Yeah, after I left her, I was watching her in the rearview mirror, just driving away. She looked like she was making her way towards the school like normal. So I went on with my day, went over to the vape shop nearby. They were not open yet. So I came back home, hung out for a little while with Jen. And then after about an hour, I checked the vape shop again and they were open. So I took care of my stuff there and it became a normal day.
Okay. So just to go through I asked Jennifer the same questions, just to go through everyone's days, but just to go through yours. So you dropped her off at school and you said you went to the vape shop.
Correct.
They weren't open.
Correct.
Do you remember about what time you got home?
I got home around maybe 10:15.
Gotcha. And was Jennifer here?
Yeah, Jen was here. She had been sleeping in. Her new work schedule is kind of messed up, so she was trying to sleep in as much as possible.
Gotcha. So when you got back around 10,
she was just
waking up.
Yeah. So we hung out for a little while, chit-chatted. Then I went and checked the vape shop again, got my stuff, came home again, hung out for a little while. We talked about maybe, doing some DJ shopping or something after we picked up. And she wanted to take a nap again. I had a couple errands I needed to run, so that worked out fine.
Sorry.
I wanted to check out a couple of the card game shops in the area.
Oh, okay.
One of my trading card games just had a new release, so I just wanted to look at stuff. Ended up getting a flat tire.
Okay.
So that's why my hoopty's on.
Where'd you go?
So this is when Detective Hunt actually clarifies Stefan's activities on that Sunday night and then into Monday morning. And Stefan tells him that Jennifer sent him up to room 4 to sleep with Maddie. Lordy, Stefan says Maddie was so happy that when he sounds like he's crying. Just a POS, guys, just a POS. Interview ends at 12:23. And we can hear Stefan sound like he's crying towards the end as he talks about Maddie and her PMS, mood swings. What the hell is he talking about that stuff for? Jesus, Lord Murphy.
Got a flower. Where'd you get a flat tire?
192. That was hair raising.
And that was when you were out shopping during the day?
Yeah. That was between the hours of noon and like 2.
Okay.
Jesus.
Got it. And then so
We
after
needed to leave by 2:30 to go get in line and get ready to pick up.
got it. So you guys went and picked her up together?
That was the goal. Yes, I was going to go with them, but I ended up getting a flat tire, so she
So
left.
you couldn't.
Yeah, I got back literally 10 minutes after she left.
Got it. So forgive me, I missed something. I kind of missed it in the middle of there, but you got back home around 10. You hung out with Jen, and then y'all just kind of hung out, and then did you separate to go shopping, or?
She took a nap, and then I went and ran my errands.
Okay, got it. And then around noon or 2 o'clock, is when you got the flat tire, and she was leaving to pick up.
No, so when we hung out first, I'd gone to the vape shop, which was now open to get my vape, and then came back and hung out more. And then we separated, and I did my errands, and she took a nap.
Got
that
it.
was around noon is when that.
Got it. Okay, I just want to make sure I have that straight. So you went back to the vape shop. Which vape shop is it? Where's the vape shop around here?
Cigarette Online on John Young.
Oh, okay, I didn't know there was one around here.
Something online, but
I think it was.
And you made it out there about what?
That was probably just after 11 that I finished up there.
Okay. Got it. Now, can you remember the day prior to Monday? Do you remember? I mean, I guess if anything happened between Saturday night and Monday when you were here that might have sparked wanting to.
She was so happy.
Okay, because party, right?
And all 3 of us are together, and she was so happy.
Tell me about Sunday night. Tell me about Sunday into Monday. what you remember.
She had just had a party. She was excited. Sorry.
It's okay.
Just talking about crushes. Her singing that was coming up, and you wanted me to come see her sing. Nothing bad. She was just happy. She was really happy. Everyone was happy. There's nothing out of the ordinary. I can't remember anything particular that happened. I showed her the movie Sister Act.
Ah, okay.
She was singing so well, I told her she reminded me of the choir. When they got their stuff together and started singing better, I wanted to show her.
Gotcha. So Sunday night, how do you decide like who's going to get her ready for school in the morning and everything?
Wouldn't surprise me. I know he does through
Take
this.
her to school in the morning so she can sleep in as much as possible.
Okay.
He's pathetic.
I go to school around 2 times
Poor
before.
Stefan.
It's not usually my forte, but I don't mind helping.
And so Jennifer shared with me, typically you normally sleep in the upstairs guest bedroom,
Yeah.
and then she will sleep together in her own bedroom.
Correct.
But Sunday, so Jen could get better sleep, she said she just sent you both upstairs, correct? Gotcha. Okay. Do you remember about what time
Mr.
you went to
Franky's
bed
got
and
a
woke up?
cold.
Bed probably 11, quarter after. Wound up after her party. And we were getting up really, really early so we could make good time getting out of the door. So we got up around 7.
Speak up, Stefan.
Yeah, y'all left pretty early.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see Jen at all in the morning, or was she
Yes.
still asleep?
Yeah, I saw her a couple times. I was running out of her room talking to her.
Got it. Okay. And that was before you left around, what time did you leave? About 8:30?
No, earlier than that. We made such good time. I mean, we were so impressed. We made such good time getting out the door. I mean, we were probably out by 7:30, 7:45.
Okay.
Because we wanted to get McDonald's breakfast. We had been talking about it, and she ended up not wanting it after all.
Got it. Any trouble at all recently at home?
No, not recently.
No arguments that you can remember between her and you? Anything that's upset her?
Not for a while.
When was the last time?
Maybe a month. Typical, mood swing stuff. She has some pretty bad PMS when she gets.
Why is he talking about PMS when it comes to Maddie? He needs to not.
I know all about it. Now you said I think you said she left her phone, right?
Yeah.
Where did she leave her phone at?
She left it in her room. She's ADHD. So am I, for that matter.
Oh, yeah,
So
you
is
left your
Mom.
phone too, huh?
Yeah. So we try to be on top of her about that, not forgetting things, but we're also a bit forgetful too.
Got it.
But yeah, it's not uncommon for her to forget everything.
Did she leave it in her room or
Yeah, she
in
left it
bedroom?
in her room. She must have been grabbing her shoes or a hoodie or something.
She had a little area in the living room that they turned into a bedroom.
Got it. Gotcha. Is it typical of her, I guess, to forget things like that?
Yeah, very, very typical.
Cool. Got it. All right, man. Well, I mean, you know her better than I do. Is there anything you can think of that, as someone who doesn't know her, that I might be missing out on here? Like somewhere she may like to be, or somewhere she.
That we are aware that we think she could possibly be. We've checked, and I mean, literally the whole family is just.
So that the deputies found the video from the church last night of her in the parking
We
lot.
heard that they saw someone.
So can you think of a reason that she might have
So one of the things that are floating around right now, and I think it's Stefan's parents that said it, that Jen dressed up as Maddie and went to the school at some point. That's something that his parents believe. Whether or not there's any truth to that, I don't know.
Have gone and waited in that church that's across the street for a couple minutes before she would have headed back off to school.
I mean, she had time to kill, so I don't know.
Him and his time to
She
kill.
was gonna hang out and find her friends, but when I left her, she was on the other side of the street, rummaging through her
Time to
backpack,
kill,
and just kind of
Stefan.
moving towards the school area, so it looked normal.
What do you think she was looking for?
I assumed she was just looking for some headphones or something for her walk, but she might have been looking for her actual phone.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's all I can really think of at the moment. I think I have a phone number for you. I tried calling you earlier, but you might have just been asleep.
Yeah. So sorry.
No, it's okay. 256-1832.
That's correct.
Gotcha. What's your address when you stay down south?
When I'm down south, it's it's my parents' house, though. I did not like being there. But
Yeah, well, I mean, it's nice of you to help them out. So.
yeah, it's just a stressful environment full of poodles and deaf old people.
Good God. Poor Stefan.
So after you dropped time at around 8:20 or so, you didn't to get to the vape shop, do you have to like swing back around at all to where the school area is? Is there any chance she saw your car or something and was flagging you down? Or
No, I basically just turned around right there.
okay, so there's no chance she would have like seen you from that church parking lot when you were
No,
swinging back around to the vape shop?
I would have already been gone at that point.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just trying to figure out, what might have caused her to go there and then what caused her to leave. Because I think she did stay there till about 8:50, just before school starts. When does school start? 9:30?
9:15, I think, is the latest that they should be there by. I think it starts around 9:20 officially.
Gotcha. Is she familiar with that parking lot at all? Is that somewhere she hangs
Yeah, I
out?
mean,
Or
a lot of the kids will sort of rendezvous there before heading into school.
Gotcha. Do you recall seeing any other kids walking in the area when you were dropping her off?
We were earlier than usual. She was confident that it was fine. She was just going to hang out and wait for her friends.
Okay. Did she mention that to you at all? Or
Yeah,
did she say
I
anything?
asked her, because we were a little early. We still had some time to kill. I said, "You want me to wait with you?" She said, "No, just drop me right here."
Can barely hear him. Just more blubbering about poor him, poor Stefan. So I'm gonna double check here, but I think that's our last audio with Stefan. Let me just run through, and then we're gonna do later Jennifer and see how or if there's different stories. I'm expecting to hear a bunch more BS, to be honest with you. Let me do this. I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see what Jen has to say after listening to Stefan, listening to Stefan's parents. We know where Maddie ended up. He can say all he wants, whenever he wants, but there's facts out there now. There is a trail of him going from the house to the school, little jaunt around. He ends up going to a parkade and taking Maddie from the front of the vehicle and putting her in the trunk. And then there's that trip from the parkade out down to where Maddie was eventually found. So Stefan was picked up for what they found on his phone. And it was a day or two later that they found Maddie. So He's now facing about 60 SA charges, one unaliving. I think there's also like something like a napping charge. He's got lots to deal with, as he should. So, guys, now let's see here. She's a busy girl right now. But yeah, she seems to be trying to put everything in order. It's really hard with this case because he was all over the place in different vehicles, different stories. It's just unreal what this guy put out there. And most of it BS. And he's not like he's smart. He's smart like mud. So we do know that he has screwed up many times. So with all that said, I'm going to be curious to see if he pleads out of this in some way, shape, or form. There's still lots to happen as far as Maddie goes. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We're going to be doing Jen Soto next. So with that said, once again, I appreciate you guys. See you soon.